Okay, Alicia. So could you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So is this the email? Is this the email? Does this email look like the one that you get from Lowe's when they're ready to sell a job to you?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah. So the first step that you would do now is just go ahead and look at the ISST and just make sure that it's the correct information. And if everything looks fine, just go ahead and download both of those files. The first one is going to be the ISST, and the second one will be your purchase order form. Once you have downloaded those from your email, the next step that you have to do is now go over to Floorlink and go to the contacts and create a new customer. The new customer will be the Lowe's store that you are dealing with. In the case that we're dealing with store 240 right now, we already have it because I did a different project for them earlier today. But to add a new store, you just select new. You enter the Lowe's store information such as Lowe's store 596, and you can go ahead and enter the address if you have it. And also enter their email address. Entering their email address will come in handy later on when you're ready to send the finished estimation. Do you have any questions about adding a new store or a new customer to your profile?
No.
Nope. Okay, so once everything looks complete, you just go ahead and hit save and let the system create that store for you. After you've added that store, you will now go over to your jobs and create a new job, such as a job that we just received from Lowe's that we had downloaded the ISST form. Now to create a new job, you just select new, and the system will bring you to a new job page. From here, you can just upload the ISST and the purchase order that we just downloaded so that the system will extract the information. Give me one moment while I select those files. Once it says upload success, you'll see that the system has now extracted the information from the ISST. If you want to make any changes, such as changing the job name to the actual customer name, you can just go ahead and enter that now before you save this file. You can also assign this job to a specific rep if you already have your reps assigned. If you need to make any changes to the address or their phone numbers, go ahead and enter that there before you click save. When you hit save, the system will generate a new job for you, a new job page profile for you, where you can see the documents that you've already uploaded, such as the ISST and the purchase order form. Do you have any questions so far?
No.
Nope. Okay, so if you scroll about midway down, you'll see that the ISST has already been uploaded and the purchase order has been uploaded also. Now you want to go down to where it says M2 diagrams, and directly to the right of that you will select new. Selecting new will help you generate a new diagram so you can begin drawing on your iPad. Where it says project name is the way that it will appear on the iPad once you have selected save. So we'll go ahead and enter Alicia P with today's date of 5/1 and then hit save. The system will now generate a diagram with that project name of Alicia P 5/1. Everything else moving forward can now be completed on the iPad. Do you have any questions?
No.
Square. Once you've opened up MeasureSquare from the diagram list, all you will do now is tap with your finger and drag down to sync the new diagram. You will see now that Alicia P 5/1 has appeared as a diagram that we created earlier today. Now go ahead and open the diagram and make the changes that you need to. Give me one moment while I create a quick diagram for you. Once your diagram is complete and everything looks fine, the next step would be to make sure that everything on the worksheet appears correct. What appears in the worksheet is what will be transferred over to the ISST order form. If everything looks fine and you've synced it, go ahead and go back and go to your home screen. From your home screen, now drag and sync the diagram list again so that the information that you entered on this diagram gets populated. To continue from here, you would hit the eye icon and look for the icon that says Continue Floorlink Workflow. If you tap on that icon, the system will bring you to step 2 of 5 on Floorlink so that you can complete this estimation. Step 2 out of 5 you would select already uploaded ISST order form since we had already uploaded one and hit next. On step 3 out of 5, you want to append the item descriptions as to how you want them to appear on the ISST. For example, carpet 1, we would want that to be categorized under carpet square footage on the ISST. As for pad, we would want that one to come under the pad square footage. If everything looks fine, you can select round up quantity so that the system will generate full integers and then hit next. From this point, you can begin to review the ISST and make sure everything looks fine. If you need to make any changes, you can make them at this point, such as if you measured separate rooms except the ones that Lowe's suggested, such as the kitchen and the master bedroom, you can always check those off. If you need to add any comments, you can tap anywhere above a dashed line and enter the comment that you would like here. Once you have reviewed the ISST and everything looks fine, you can go ahead and hit Save and New. The system will link your diagram with your estimation and create a finished estimation. Give me one moment while I get that screen to load. Once the system has created that estimation, you can go back to that job that we were working on and we will look for that finished estimation. If we go about midway down to where it says Finished Estimates, we can select on the name of that diagram and select Open in New Tab. The system will now generate a PDF of the information that you will be sending over to Lowe's. The first few pages will be the ISST order form, followed by the estimation information, and the diagram will be followed after. This is the same packet that you can email to Lowe's or send back to Lowe's as a complete estimation. Do you have any questions, Alicia? So from this point, you can go ahead and email if everything looks fine in this PDF, you can go ahead and email the diagram and the ISST over to Lowe's. Just select on mail. Just select on mail and enter the email address that you would want to send it to. Separate email addresses by comma if you want to send it to multiple people. Do you have any questions, Alicia?
No, not right now.
Not right now? Okay. So once you hit send mail, the system will send this email to the emails that you selected, and the process is complete. Do you have any questions?
Yes. Now, what if my customer decided they want tile instead of carpet? What would we do?
So if your customer wants tile instead of carpet, the first step that you could do is go to that original diagram and hit Save As. If you select on Save As, the system will prompt you to enter a new project name. For this example, we can enter tile since the customer is requesting to get a tile estimate. Once you've entered the name, hit Save, and the system will generate a new diagram that's named Alicia P51 Tile. So now, once we leave Floorlink and we go back into MeasureSquare, and we go back to our diagram page, we can always drag down and refresh our diagram list, and you'll see that the diagram has now duplicated your original diagram, and one would be named Tile. Now you simply just apply your new product, such as a tile that you're going to be using, and follow the same steps, such as making sure that everything in the worksheet looks correct. Then going back to the home screen of the diagram list and dragging so that the information is synced back to our cloud. Then select on the eye icon and continue Floorlink workflow. Now, instead of using already uploaded ISST order form, in this case we will use a blank one since we are doing a refigure. Select on blank and then change the type to tile since we are dealing with tile for this example. Then append the tile to the tile square footage and round up your quantity. Hit next, and the system will now bring you to the blank ISST and where you want to review the information just to make sure that everything is correct. If everything looks fine here, just go hit Save and New again. and the system will generate a completed estimation package. So now when we go back to jobs and we click on the Alicia profile, we will have two completed estimations. The first one will be for the carpet and the second one will be for the tile. If we select on the tile one, we could review again the ISST and make sure everything looks fine. This is the same packet that can be emailed to Lowe's as a completed estimation. If you go down towards the end, again, you'll have your product estimation, and then you will have your diagram with the tile layout. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, so thank you so much for joining my training and